Well, to all three players, I guess just how frustrating is the end of this season and the way it ended?
It's just real frustrating, just taking those losses. We definitely wanted to go out this game with a win for our seniors. It's just very disappointing, man. Took that loss to UT Martin and it kind of weighed on our team. Trying to come back from that. Had a hard time doing that, hard time pulling together in the end of the games. Just had a hard time. Start off fast and just have a hard time finishing. And that goes for the season and games.
Do you guys ever feel sometimes you're snake dead? Because it just seems like bounces sometimes just don't go your way, like on the kickoff that they recovered, things like that.
Yeah, it's tough, man. You just gotta take things as they go sometimes in this football game and try to move past things like that. But yeah, definitely some things that did go our way that we wish could went the other way, but it didn't hurt us too much, just lost the opportunity to go down and score before the half, so just gotta take it on the chin and try to come back from that.
Jalen, you guys had some red zone successes in the first half. Did they make some kind of adjustment there in the second half, or what do you think happened there?
What you mean by that?
Well, you guys stopped them in the red zone in the first half, and they got in the end zone stuff in the second half. Was it just some adjustment on their part, or?
We just got to ball back and stop getting off the explosive plays. We just didn't get the job done today.
Jamari, can you kind of sum up what this year's been like for you?
This year been a roller coaster. It's really been up and down. I mean, even in games when we lost, there could have been times that we could have been up, but like we said earlier, the plays just ain't go our way, and them plays that we could have made a change, but we just didn't. And I just hope, coming to the next season, rebuilding with all the young guys that we have, they know what it takes to be able to be on top of WC.
Anything else?
KJ, just on a positive note, you had a pretty strong finish today. It's just kind of, some of these older receivers obviously are about to graduate. You kind of hoping this signals what's to come for you?
Yeah, for sure. I'd taken a break off season last year, coming back this season. I had a little hamstring injury in the beginning of the season, but just coming back, getting into my groove. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's my potential. That's what I can do when I play football, and I just got to go out there every day and focus on trying to do that every game.
Thank you, guys. You want to open this up? You want to start?
Yeah, I'm good. It's kind of same old song, for the season. Kind of sums up kind of how the season went. It's kind of identical to that game. That's what the boys said we got on. I was thinking about that on the way up to the press box. It's just one of those things where you have trouble stopping a running football. It makes it hard to win. You got to play almost perfect. They rushed it for 2-something, and we rushed it for 80, and then we make enough mistakes to lose. So. Definitely not going to define our seniors by that game. We wanted to win that game for them, just the way seasons win, and appreciate the men they are off the field. You got a lot of quality guys in that class, and you want to see them win today because they'll how the season win. Good football team at EKU. Take my hat off to Coach Elder. They two teams not playing for anything, and I thought both teams come out and played hard, played good football and physical football, and it was a good football game. And that one could have easily been for a conference championship. They were close, kind of like we were. You lost some games, and they definitely could have won. And solid football team. We just didn't do enough to win today. I hate it for those guys. But like I said, I'm gonna remember the Josh Brays, Josh Pearsons, Andreas, and all the things that they've done off the field for a program, for the men they are. So very frustrating season for them. some guys come back and, play today. They've been banged up. Marlon plays first half, gets banged up right before halftime, and so many guys are beat up. Josh got hurt the first of the game, continued to play. So they wanted to win this game. Like I said, they battled to win it, and just didn't happen. So I hate it for those guys, but like I said, that's not going to define them and things they're going to do in the future.
What happened to Josh when he went down?
Just banged his knee on the turf, and he had done that earlier in another game. I can't remember which one it was, similar same knee type deal, and he gutted out, come back in and play. I do think it affected him. He wasn't able to run as well as before he hurt it. And those guys, they made some plays today for sure. Jamari had a career day, I think, so he played really good.
You mentioned the running game. I think the whole second half of the season, this team hasn't scored 30 points. Is that the main culprit, or young offensive line the main culprit for the running game, and the running game the culprit for the big picture?
I think so. Anytime that you have trouble, and that's our problem defensively. Anytime you have trouble stopping a run, running football, controlling the line of scrimmage, winning the line of scrimmage, it makes it hard. So I think it makes everything harder. We've looked our best, just throwing the football and going fast, throwing the ball, and it's hard to do all the time. So right there at the end, you get to take a sack, you make a play, and hit Jamari down the middle a couple times, get an in the end zone 3 balls. So that's probably been our strength to run the football happen. Offensive line, yeah, they got to get better. We have one returning starter. We had 2. So if he gets hurt in fall camp, and then you lost Shaddix against Tech, he tore ACL, didn't play today. She bumped Magic out, and they kind of affect us. I thought it was going to be a lot better. We start the game. I think we're early in the second or midway through the second quarter, and we got 67 yards rushing. I'm like, we're running the football pretty good. We did pretty good first 3 or 4 times we had it, and then kind of lulled off. Didn't do as well. The second half running the ball, but I do think it affects you offensively. Not be able to run. It affects all your play action, your RPOs. Are not as effective. With that not being a big factor.
The 2 penalties, the false start when you got down to the 1 yard line, and then the offsides that took away the interception. Is that kind of the same old song thing?
Killed us. Well, you get down there on the 1 foot line, and coach, calling just what the snap count's going to be on, and Pancake thinks he's seeing the cadence, and he jumps. So and then I don't know what happened on the other one. Corey jumped off before we got the interception. So it's one of them. It went hard count. It was 3rd and 4, hard count, and he jumps. So some of that's youth. If I had a quarter for every time Darius Jackson jumped off sides when he was a redshirt freshman, redshirt sophomore, we know he jumped off sides a lot. Now, part of that's youth and knowing football. So those guys have to get better at that point.
Does this season change how you think about an off season?
I think you go back and some of these guys ain't been through all season. We're so young up front. Y'all in D lineman, they ain't even been through a full all season yet. So they fixing to get their feet wet in a full all season. And it's going to be a tough off season for sure. So I think that's the biggest indicator. We've never even tried to make a living playing in any program. Trying to make a living playing a lot of freshmen. You'll be very successful. So we've had to play way too many of them around here this year. So them guys getting into all season, it's going to be, you can't put a price tag on how important that is. And then young up front, offensive and defensive line was still playing a lot of redshirt sophomores. And it's hard for a lineman to play early. Look at all the good ones we've had in the past. Those guys didn't have to play the first 2 years. If you're having to play an offensive lineman for his 3rd year, it's pretty tough. So those guys will develop. They got a lot of great experience this year. They got to get a lot better. We got all of them back besides Darius up front offensively, and you got all the D line back besides Montrez and McKinney. So those guys, full all season under the belt, it'll help. But it is going to be a tough all season. To answer your question, so I'm not happy. So it's going to be a tough one. So probably it'll be definitely the hardest one we've ever had here.
How to address the kicker situation in off season?
Gotta go find some competition. We'll sign a kicker. We'll probably take 1 or 2 other walk-on guys, and there'll be 5 5 or 6 guys. There'll be half a dozen guys competing for the job going into summer and fall camp. So I think competition makes you better. You know, we went into fall camp really this year with 3, count Pierce, you know, and yeah, it just wasn't enough. We just didn't get it done. I felt pretty comfortable going in fall camp, and just didn't go the way I thought it was going. But you know, you seen that today. We missed a chip shot today, and their kicker's he made 2 long ones, you know, so it's a different deal. So I thought we made that feel good. It kind of turned the game a little bit there too, and probably should have scored a touchdown.
KJ, did he kind of signal what he can be after these 3 senior receivers move on maybe?
I do. You know, KJ's a player, and just to keep him healthy, and he needs a good off season under his belt too, so that'll help him. And, you know, we got some good young guys coming that'll develop. You know, you got to look at, you know, Josh and Jamari and Bird. It took those guys 3 years to develop. You know, so it's they none of them play early, and you know, it's one of those things where, you know, like Hester's had his best two years these last 2. You know, so you really, you know, here it a lot before that. You know, same thing with Josh. Josh had 2 good seasons. So you got some young guys I think can step in and play, and recruiting wise too, we'll pick up a few too.
In hindsight, how much did it hamper your offense when Trey Berry went down, considering what a favorite target he was with Hoops?
Yeah, it changes. I'll say that changes, especially the year where you're able to run the ball successfully. You're averaging 175, 200 yards rushing. Probably not a big impact. You know, not as big. It'd still be anytime you lose an All-American guy. It's going to impact you offensively. But you can probably double, triple that of what he meant to this football team, because we were a heavier throw team because of our run game. So, you know, he's a playmaker, and he's really like a security blanket for Coop too.